This is Richard Thorndyke with BS News for this Friday, the 18th of November, 2011. And away we go. Dateline, Occupy Underground. Yesterday, Occupy Wall Street protests disrupted the New York subway system, sending a stern message to any billionaires on the E-train. For the record, the closest any of the 1% has ever come to being on a New York subway car was when Woody Harrelson boarded a fake train car for the film The Money Train. Incidentally, Woody's co-star Wesley Snipes is not part of the 1%, or at least that's what he tried to tell the IRS. Dateline, oh, she turned me into a newt. Newt Gingrich spent the week trying to say that the $1.6 million he got from Freddie Mac was for...
I offer strategic advice.
Yeah, by the way, the only truly strategic advice you can give someone who just handed you $1.6 million for advice is, stop payment on my check right away. Newt also claimed that a luxury cruise he took in the Greek Isles in June gave him a better understanding of Greece's debt crisis. That explains why his advice to the Greek government was to reduce the debt by stealing pastries from the breakfast buffet. Dateline, no pain, no Cain. Meanwhile, Herman Cain spent the week denying that he had no idea what President Obama's policy in Libya was. Insiders say that Cain had been briefed on Libya, but after several hours, they only got as far as convincing him not to call the people there the Libyanese. Finally, Dateline, suffering from bunions. Michelle Bachmann says the IRS has to approve medical procedures under Obamacare. She claims she was told this by a doctor who was, quote, over 7 feet tall, which makes us beg the IRS to approve our procedure. We'll have what she's having. That's all there is. There is no more. We're closing in on Beer O'Clock. Richard Thorndyke, BS News. Have a great weekend.
Hey, what a clown show this country has become. It's just like everywhere you look. I mean, when politics and sports intersect over power and money issues that will allow for the denigration and the degradation of the most vulnerable in society at the, for the benefit of the very few. And the same thing that's happening in politics, happening in sports. And, you look everywhere and you see all the little people being exploited because we're vulnerable, and all the really, really big people just sitting there in their ivory tower saying, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's not supposed to be this way. You shouldn't be able to look at sports and find the same kind of maniacal cover-ups that you find in politics. But that's how bad it's become. That's how money and money and power have screwed up everything that's good about America. Football is great, okay? I love football. Politics is great. I love politics. And both are corroded and corrupt and eaten, from the inside out by powerful and moneyed interests. And it doesn't matter who gets hurt. That's the crazy part. They couldn't care less who gets hurt. I think the reason why they fight so hard to stay in that ivory tower is because they know what it's like to live down here, and they won't have it. They just won't have it. These people were not born this way. They got lucky in life, or they had a little talent for oration, or they had a talent for raising money, or they had a talent for sports, or they had whatever it is. And they got out of the middle class, and they, made themselves into the 1%, and they don't want to go back there because they know what it's like down here.